brought their animals down to the south for the single objective of destroying farm produce that are still not ready to be harvested, and then we will be in what we call we will have food shortages, and they will use that as well to blackmail those, as they did when they said that there will be no more food to be shipped from the north to the south. So Onyendu put this ESN in place to ensure that we do not fall into that danger of the plan of the enemy of the Fulani Caliphate. Now they are saying, because this ESN did marvelously well, because they made our farmland safe. They are so bitter. Now they want to say that ESN was formed for what? To attack their useless government personnel. Who has time for their government personnel? We have our objective, and ESN also have the objective that they were the reason why they were set up. Now the destructive. Listen again, and that is very important, and that we pay attention here. The destructive activities of IPOB-ESN pose serious threat to Nigerian national security. The bandits, the Boko Haram, the ISWAP, these peoples and the Fulani herdsmen, their activities, of course, they are doing moonlight play. Their activities never became any threat to their so-called Nigerian national security. No, it is non-armed IPOB family members, non-violent indigenous people of Biafra, and the very ESN that was set up to even checkmate these their terrorist herdsmen that now he has found his voice to describe them as being or as posing a serious threat to their national security. And he goes on and he says that this posing of ESN and IPOB as a threat to their national security and the corporate existence of the zoo resulted into the rearrest of NNAMDI KANU and members of the group. Pay attention. He said the rearrest. I said these people are liars. And when we tell you that the zoo is a den of, in fact, the demon himself habits in the zoo. That is why their minister of communication is called Elijah Muhammad. He's a liar because he can be the chief liar, and that's why they made him a minister for communication. Now he said that they rearrest our leader. Where did you rearrest him? He did not say here because he is a man who is on a mission. The rendition, the extraordinarily, let me remind you if you forgot, that you, the zoo, extraordinarily renditioned our leader from Kenya to the zoo. Therefore, you have committed a crime in international jurisprudence. You have committed a crime, and you are now, as usual, you are trying to turn the tables against us because you think you have the resources, you have the money to buy the shut up media houses, you have the money to engage in lobbies all over the world. But we will tell you that all those that are working with you, all those that have gathered, be them in zoo or outside of the zoo, you have gathered, and your gathering is not of Chukwabiyama and Chukwu. You will scatter your gathering into the four winds that he has made, and into the four market days that are guiding the four winds of the earth. We promise you that. Now he continues to say that the eventual arrest of NNAMDI KANU in June 2021 and some members of his group led to the inauguration of a presidential ad hoc committee comprising 24 members. Now listen, pay attention. These 24 members were drawn from where? Number one, Federal Ministry of Justice, where this imbecile is headed, the Fulani man. Federal Ministry of Information, where the liar Mohammed is headed, a Fulani man. Federal or whatever Nigerian Police Force, headed by an Inspector General of Police, a Fulani man. National Department of State Services, headed by a Fulani man. National Intelligence Agency, headed by a Fulani man. Defense Agency, headed by a Fulani man. This committee, this Fulani committee, this Fulanized committee is the committee that gathered together, that the impostor attacks in Asurok gathered together in order to do what? To find a cause, a reason, a ground to do what? To implicate this great movement and also to implicate our leaders. I will not go further to read what nonsense he wrote here, but I want to make a statement tonight. And Biafrans, you must pay attention. The indigenous people of Biafra will not be part of that game that they are playing. That they brought our leader to court yesterday and only allowed pleas to be taken, and then what happened? They postponed or adjourned that case to November the 10th. This is what is going to happen. And this is the demand of the indigenous people of Biafra tonight, being the 22nd day of October. 22nd day, Friday, the 22nd day of October 2021, exactly at 20 hours 42. That is 42 minutes after 8 o'clock. And 42 minutes past top of the hour in Biafra land or any other place you may be. Our leader, MAZI NNAMDI KANU, must be released unconditionally. That is the demand that the indigenous people of Biafra are making tonight. Our leader must be released unconditionally, and that must be before this their usual date that they have set, which is the 10th of November. And in addition to releasing our leader, these people must give a date for referendum. They must announce a date for referendum for Biafrans to decide our fate, that of our children, and that of generations unborn. Only you cannot be tried secretly, because yesterday they prevented journalists from accessing the courtroom or even coming into the court compound. They prevented lawyers from coming into the court premises or the courtroom. Now their plan is to, they are useless. Well, I don't want to offend any religion, but they want to try him under their Sharia nonsense. But that will not happen. That cannot happen. I am saying that from tonight, the 22nd of October 2021, up until the 4th of November 2021, the zoo must release our leader. I will repeat, from tonight, this is our demand and it cannot be changed. They must release our leader unconditionally because he has committed no crime. He has committed no crime. They must release him unconditionally, and they have from tonight up until the 4th of November. If by the 4th of November they do not release our leader, From the 5th of November, the Indigenous people of Biafra will go back to the trenches and we will call an indefinite. In fact, we will begin that sit-at-home that we had initially said we will carry out if our leader did not. And I'm saying now, from the 5th of November, if by the 4th our leader does not come up, the 5th of November shall be, we will announce a sit-at-home until the court date. The only date that will be exempted from this date will be the date that is a Sunday, when people will be allowed to go to do their prayer, to do their worship, to go to churches. That Sunday they will be allowed to prepare, filling their resources. I mean, put things buy things that they need. And as I'm saying it now, Biafrans must understand that the battle has just started. So begin to prepare your mind. Begin to prepare yourself. Physically and mentally, we must be strong. We must be strong for us to win this battle. Not that anybody will begin to tell you any story and then you will begin to, people will begin to talk one thing or the other. From now, from this night, from tomorrow, begin to prepare for the eventuality that from the 5th of November 2021, there will be a lockdown of Biafra land until the date of the court, which they have announced, which is the 10th of November 2021. And with exception, let me repeat, exception that the Sunday, when this sit-at-home will commence, the Sunday following it shall not be a sit-at-home, because our people who are very religious and who have great faith in Chukwuabiama, we will allow them to go and pray and worship in their respective churches and their respective places of worship. And I want to state and say very, very carefully here, those that call themselves our religious leaders, those that call themselves our traditional rulers, the zoo has fixed their next court date for the 10th of November, if that court date will hold, because our expectation is that they must release only because they have no case against them. Forget these concoctions here that Malami just brought out today afternoon. They still do not have anything against Wachineke, and they must release him. But if they did not and continue to hold their court case on 10th of November, if you are traditional ruler of Biafra land, you people must now come together, because you must send a delegation to Abuja. If you people are church leaders declared in Biafra land, you must now begin to plan, because you must send a delegation to Abuja for that court date. We have to begin to know those who are for the people and those who are not for the people. And it is now, the next court date will show us if you are part of those whom the enemy is using to destroy our land, whom the enemy and the politicians are using to impoverish our people, whom they are using to subjugate our people. And we will take note of that, and time will, of course, help us to do what is needed to be done going forward. Great Biafrans, we know that we've heard, but we want them to confirm it. But I am not even waiting for them to confirm it. What I want to say this evening is that the impostor in Aso Rock is not welcome anywhere in Biafra land anymore. He is not welcome. Because we heard that the man in Ebonyi State called David Umahi is planning to make him or bring him to Ebonyi State to come and visit and do what, and I don't know what he built or whatever he was doing his duty. Of course, even if you build anything, that is the job why you become a governor. Nobody should praise you or clap for you because you build a road. Now we heard that they are making plans for these inputs to come to a point state. We will give them the same treatment we gave him in Imo State, because none of them is welcome in our land. You cannot hold the leader of a nation. You cannot hold our leader, and you come to our land to laugh at us. You come to our land to urinate on the graves of those that you killed through your army. Therefore, Buhari, or whatever he calls himself, is not welcome anywhere in Biafra land until our leader is released. And if our leader allows him or allows anybody that we represent him wants to come, that is the prerogative of him. But as far as we are concerned, he is not welcome. Anytime he comes, we will give him, we will tell him he's unwelcome, and we will give him the treatment that Biafrans always give to those that are like him. And going forward, also from tonight, any program or event that is Nigerian in nature, being organized by any zoo agency or ministry or department, any event that they want to organize in our land, they must get the permission of the owners of that land. They must get our permission, because Biafra land belongs no longer to them. You cannot come into somebody's land and then begin to do what you want without getting permission. You cannot do that. And from tonight, those who want to bring any event from the zoo, and they may call it educational outreach, or they may call it whatever, you cannot. Those things will not happen allowed anymore. If you try, we will of course mobilize our people to do what, to boycott such things. And of course, you must take permission from the owners of the land. You must obtain permission before you bring anything that is Nigerian in nature into our land. Biafrans, we must understand that we are in a very, very precarious time. We are in a very, very dangerous time, and it is desired and demanded of us that we must all be very attentive, that we must all be very, very alert. We must be very, very alert, because they are not relenting. Those whom they have recruited, they are not relenting. Therefore, we must not relent. Our eyes must continue to be on board. Our destination is nothing but Biafra. Our objective is nothing but a restored, independent, and sovereign Biafran nation. But the short-term objective that we have today, because that Biafra that we are seeking, we will be led into that new Biafra by only one person, and that is NNAMDI. Therefore, our short-term objective, our immediate concern must be, all hands must be on deck, that we must ensure that he is out from the hands of the enemy, to continue the march to our freedom, and to continue to bring this very, very capital ordained project to a very, very victorious conclusion, that Fabian may take the glory, and that we all may, of course, be able to enjoy. Biafrans, Biafra for us is not just a name. Biafra for us is our heritage. Biafra is our identity, and Chukwuka Biama the owner of Biafra land, the spirit that owns Biafra, it is only him that will bow down, and it's only him that will worship. And having said that, the Psalms reading continues. We have, today is it 146. We have very few days to conclude this. Everyone must continue to read the Psalm. Those who have not been doing that, follow the last days that this Psalm reading is being done for us all to get to the end of it. And then, of course, the 50th day, I believe there shall be a day, as I said, it should be, I understand they are planning a day of thanks and praises to Elohim, a day of thanks and praises to Chwapema. Therefore, I want to thank all of you for listening. I want to continue to encourage all of you. Tighten your belt, because we have entered the stage where we all must no longer overlook all the shenanigans that is coming from the zoological children. We must be prepared for what they are coming with. We know how they operate. We know what their minds are. We know what their objectives are. And we must not allow them to dictate it. That is the reason why this Malami came out today, after yesterday. They are thinking, they have seen their leader. Now they are happy. Now let us shoot them. We know that you will do your takia stuff, because that is your nature. You will do your takia. You think you have shown our leader. You will now come and use the hammer. We are waiting for you. And Chukwu is leading this battle. And for us, victory is assured, and Chukwu shall take the glory. Therefore, I want to say from here and from me, may Chukwu abide and guide and strengthen all of you in your duties. May He keep you focused. May He keep you loyal. May you understand that without matchmaking, that without Onyendu, our generation is doomed. And all the sacrifices that all those of us are making in Biafra land, think about it. It is just but for a while, because the joy of victory shall last eternity upon us and upon our children and generations born. May we be with all of you. And for me, from here, I want to say to you, good night and sleep very well. Thank you so much.
nation living in peace and unity. Yeah. They are people with love and harmony. Oh, yeah. They saw greatness rise up to His purity. We are not a people of different culture. Our different heritage bias and oppressive. Oh, I see. A nation from trigger of Africa. Rising with strength and might and power. In due time, nobody gonna praise us. Rather, you all gonna praise us. With the flag, with the flag, with the flag, with the flag. Yeah. Let the tears of our mothers who lost their children be heard. Let the blood of our heroes speak from now till forever. Let the whole wide world know Biafra is our home. Oh, yeah. Biafra is our home. Biafra is our home. I remember these way back, 1967. That all on the blood could kind of make her. Mama's chronic child, spilling pops on the ground. 2.5 years, over 3 million is gone. Wow. Cause we asked for our freedom, and we're going back to our sovereign kingdom. This shadows down, when we cry, the world say nothing. Sitting back in that grave, watching our suffering. Should I talk about the place, dropping shells like rain? Soon I had the first test of our Hebrews blood. Abaganazo wouldn't when he was stronger than flood. But the joke is too stronger for them off on the chart. Thought the bloodshed's gone, then it came. 216 and the massacre, he started again. So bloody hell, I couldn't cry tears. Blood dripping down my eyes, water in my veins. We died trying to fight the cause and we're trying to break it. It's our freedom, but the world was against us. Wave your flag over Africa. Welcome people of Biafra. Wave your flag over all the world. See those people outside of the sea. It is a nation that the Lord has chosen. All the people of Zion. It is a nation that the Lord has chosen. All the people of Zion. We need peace, we choose freedom. We need peace, we choose freedom. Yeah. Let the tears of our mothers who lost their children be heard. Let the blood of our heroes speak from now till forever. Let the whole wide world know Biafra is our home. I see a rising sun from Africa. Oh, something great. Oh, I see motion in Africa. Oh, yeah.
Yes. After that, my people, before I would just lift up
One family. What we want, Biafra. All we want is Biafra. All we want is Biafra. No more going back. We want our own nation. Biafra is our own nation. All we want is Biafra. Give us Biafra. Everybody, what you want? Biafra. What you want? Biafra. What you want? Biafra. No more going back. I say, what you want? Biafra. I say, what you want? Biafra. I say, what you want? Biafra. No more going back. Only you will not stop Biafra from coming. All hail Biafra. All must hail Biafra. Biafra is the light of Africa, the light of the whole world. Biafra, the rising sun. I am a Biafra. Biafra is my mother. Biafra is my fatherland. They gave me to the whole world. We want Biafra. When Biafra will come, Africa will be free. When Biafra comes, Africa will be free. Prince of Biafra shall be well with you. When Biafra will come, Africa will be free. Everybody, what you want, Biafra? What you want, Biafra? What you want, Biafra? No more going back. I say, what you want, Biafra? I say, what you want, Biafra? I say, what you want, Biafra? No more going back. Biafra is my mother. Biafra is my father. The best. All the while, no chance, no time, no moment. No black man can't stop a movement. No matter when we go get our independence. We no give a get them who you are, where you from. All we need now, Biafra freedom. If you know like us, go and help customer. If you know what else, go and join your ancestors. Ibamba with wisdom. All we have demanding now is referendum. Ibo people kadendo. Ono mambia pra warrior. Yip yip yip. What you want? What you want? No more going back. I say what you want? I say what you want? I say what you want? No more going back. That's how we do it.
Yeah.
All we need now is for freedom.
Yes, my people, Good night, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending your domicile right now. You see, this time around, I just want us to talk. You see, today, first we started our broadcast, we started our presentation by following the announcement, the presentation from the IPOB head of Directorate of State, from the Directorate of State Department. And then it was exactly what we were expecting, because after the court, our leader was in court, and then all the whole 7 charges, that the allegations, those lies, those kangaroos, I call them kangaroos charges, because yesterday I was in when I was in also as the members of the panel, when I was being hosted, among in Middle Africa Diaspora TV, Germany yesterday. I remember that I was being asked also to if I can say the sum of those kangaroos charges. I told them my mouth, even though that I am too honest to be a politician, but I think that such kind of nonsense cannot, it's not worthy to come out of my mouth. You know, my mouth is too holy for such kind of nonsense to proceed out of my mouth, out of my lips. So now, what am I talking about? Yes, and since then, there have been a lot of questions people have been asking. Yes, now that they brought our leaders to MAZI NNAMDI KANU to the court, what's gonna be the next step? What's gonna happen? What's gonna, yes, are we still going to the Directorate of State, made known before the court that if Nigeria failed to bring MAZI NNAMDI KANU to court, that there will be 1 month sit at home that might usher in, maybe that would have ushered in to indefinite sit at home until MAZI NNAMDI KANU is being released unconditionally, and then also that a referendum date will be given to Biafra. And then so after the court, you see that a lot of people have been stranded. A lot of people have been asking, okay, now that MAZI NNAMDI KANU have been brought to court, we have seen him that he's healthy. And so what is the next thing? What is the next move? And then we know that the Fulanis, the Nigerian government being controlled by the Fulani, and the Fulanis also being the people that believe, I don't want to, sometimes it's not good, but the attitude of these Fulanis makes me to doubt, even if they are practicing, if they are really good Islamic religious people, because if you look at their attitude and their character, you know that these people, they are not even practicing defending the truth Islam as the case may be. So I don't want to use because of their attitude and continue being them saying something that will be offending the people that are practicing practicing peaceful Islam. So let me just go straight to the point and let the Fulanis understand that they are exploiting the Islamic religion. So I don't want to talk about somebody's people's religion, but let me show you some, because those Nigerian leaders, the Nigerian government, those cabals, those cabals, with the Arab cabals, yes, I must tell you this, the couple with some of the Arab cabals and and they are also their masters, their masters, the imperialists, the British. So I don't want to go there. You see what happens? They should pay attention to the announcement that is being MAZI EDOZIEM giving the Biafran another direction. So now, listen to this. The very first point is from this 22nd of October till the 5th of November, if they don't release our leader MAZI NNAMDI KANU unconditionally till the 4th, all right, if I'm not mistaken, 4th or 5th, if they do not release our leader MAZI NNAMDI KANU unconditionally, we are going to start sit at home in the whole Biafra land till the 10th, till the day that they will brought him to the court. Now, not just only releasing him unconditionally, the second thing is they should also release him, as they are releasing our leader MAZI NNAMDI KANU unconditionally, they should also set up a date for referendum. Now, and then the third one is all the whole religious leaders, and then cultural custodians, all the traditional rulers, all the cultural custodians. You people now have to identify yourself. And the fourth, nobody is allowed, if you're doing anything in Biafra land, you have to take permission from the indigenous people, the owners of this land. It's no longer business as usual. Number fifth, Dave Omahe, you are commissioning your nonsense, your bunkum. Nobody cares. If you bring any idiot, in Biafra land, both you and the person, we will humiliate you, we will disgrace you, and we will prove to you that the land belongs to us. That is a part. Then the next one I want to talk about is this nonsense that the so-called let me just, sometimes all these magas, you understand? Let me play what these magas said in this place. Let me play this nonsense from this maga.
KANU, the self-acclaimed leader of indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, has been at the center of a subversive campaign against the Nigerian state. Consequently, NNAMDI KANU was arrested on the 14th day of October 2015. He was charged to court for treasonable felony, among other crimes. He was granted bail by the Federal High Court Abuja on the 25th day of April 2017, which bail he eventually jumped and fled abroad. While in self-exile, NNAMDI KANU intensified a subversive campaign using online radio Biafra to instigate violence and incite members of the IPOB to commit violent attacks against civil and democratic institutions, particularly the security personnel, Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, and civilians. He instigated the destruction of public and private properties across the country. As a result of these criminal activities, IPOB was proscribed and designated a terrorist organization by a federal high court sitting in Abuja, fashioned an order made on the 20th September 2017. Despite the proscription of IPOB by the federal government, NNAMDI KANU continued the subversive campaign, instigating and inciting broadcasts to direct members of IPOB to launch attacks on government and public institutions, among others, which resulted in loss of lives and properties. The NSAS protest of October 2020 played into the sinister plans of NNAMDI KANU, whereby he seized the protest through subversive and inciting online broadcasts and actively commanded and directed attacks on security personnel and facilities. As a result of
this, my goodness. So let me just play it for. Let's continue. Let's continue. Let the people listen.
Broadcast. Members of IPOB attacked and killed security personnel and burnt down police stations, correctional centers, INEC offices, bus terminals, the palace of over Lagos, banks, hospitals, malls, and vehicles, amongst others. On 12th December 2020, Eastern Security Network, ESN, was formed by NNAMDI KANU as a...
Do you people hear it? NNAMDI KANU hijacked the NSAS protests, and then the IPOB members went and burnt down the Oba Palace, Oba in Lagos. IPOB went and bombed the oh my goodness me. Then oh my goodness me. Let's repeat it again.
An armed wing of IPOB with the mandate to advance the nefarious agenda of the outlawed group. ESN continued to launch attacks on security personnel, civilians perceived as enemies, as well as destruction of private and public properties. The destructive activities of IPOB ESN pose serious threats to Nigeria's national security and its corporate existence, which resulted into rearrest of NNAMDI KANU and members of his group. The destructive activities of IPOB ESN, which indeed pose serious threat to Nigeria's national security and its corporate existence, had indeed eventually resulted.
Did you hear what he said? Did anybody hear what he said? I want to be seeing your comment, please. If you are hearing what he's saying, I want to hear the comment. I want to see you comment. Because out of this place, he just take microphone and put it in his mouth. I didn't even hear what he said.
Rearrest of NNAMDI KANU precisely in June 2021, and some members of his group led to the inauguration of a presidential ad hoc committee comprising 24 members drawn from Federal Ministry of Justice, Federal Ministry of Information, Nigeria Police Force, Department of State Services, National Intelligence Agency (NIA), and the Defense Intelligence Agency (DIA). The committee, ladies and gentlemen, was inaugurated by the President and the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, DCFR, which committee was headed by the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice. The essence of this press conference is to intimate.
Yes, the essence of this. Yes, he said exactly what he wanted to say. The essence of them inaugurating those criminals was to intimidate. It was to intimidate. This is what he said here. It was to intimidate. He didn't make a mistake. It was to intimidate. Please, everybody should share this video, that particular place. It was to intimidate. We told you people, they have shot themselves in the leg. These people come to steal, to kill, and to destroy. They come to intimidate. He said it. This is the Attorney General of the country. Let me repeat it again. Let me take it back a little bit again.
President and the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, Federal Republic of Nigeria, Muhammadu Buhari, DCFR, which committee was headed by the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice. The essence of this press conference is to intimidate Nigeria.
To intimidate Nigerians.
For the fact that the committee had indeed submitted its report, and the committee, among others, finds as a fact that consequent upon the instigating directives of NNAMDI KANU, members of IPOB ESN carried out massive attacks on democratic institutions, especially INEC facilities,
You see, what Fulani is trying to do, Britain have told them, you see, you can be the political, let me say, Buhari is to be functioning like the Prime Minister of England, while the, what do they call it, the emirs will be like the Queen of England. That is just the system that Nigeria is practicing, nothing more, nothing less. That is what they want to implement. So, Buhari is like, or let me just use it, let's use it just like from Saudi Arabia. You have the Queen, the Sultan, and then you have the democratic, the person who is now in charge as the democratic, like the democratic kingdom of Arabia. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. Those people, they are not happy. So that is the reason why I keep saying it is a time that will begin to let the Arabians know that it's a time that they should leave the West Africa alone. It is a time they should leave the Gulf of Guinea alone. It is a time that all this monarch system should leave the Gulf of Guinea alone. It is a land that they should leave us, starting from Biafra. Starting from Biafra, no, but this thing is irritating. All this nonsense this man is reading, he can't even look straight. You know that he's lying. That is why they are making mistakes. Anytime they concord lies, anytime they concord lies, and anytime they come to deceive, they come to intimidate, they come to harass, that is why their mouth will begin to shake. Anytime when they take bribe to give to promote somebody who is not worthy to be in that place, that is why you see the person. That is what, like the custom man that just happened last time. Instead of him saluting and greeting, then he turned to the other side. He turned to the other side because they are nervous. They know that it's lie. Whenever the spirit of truth begin to hurt them, begin to go against them, you see them, they begin to make mistakes left and right. But the announcement have been making. Make no mistake about it. We are serious of what we are saying. From now till 4th of November, unconditional release of MAZI NNAMDI KANU, and then also date for referendum. That is only what we care. And if you want to do anything in Biafra land, you have to take permission from the owners of the land, the indigenous people. That is what we are talking about. And then as for those people clamoring for election, have you people learned a lesson? An elite, a former governor of Anambra State, and a statesman. You see how they even dehumanize the so-called kings and Igwe and Ezes. So when we are telling you people, it's because that you people have left the way of our ancestors. We do not have monarch system. What we have is high priest. I'm in this in charge. That is where you have to go back. Because as long as you adopted, you allow them to tell you who you are, then they will keep on messing you up. They know that you are fake. You are not original self. All these chiefs, all these honorable, all the dishonorable, where did they come from? Is it from our ancestors? No. That is it. So, including even Ifanyoba, do you see how you are even a current sitting senator? You see how they disgraced you yesterday? You see how they disgraced you? You see how they disgraced you? These are the same people you were using money, sponsoring, giving them money so that for them, for election in Anambra, just for you to reign and have prestige and bear the name. I was once a governor without even affecting any life. We are no longer in those eras, my people. You see, one thing my people should understand. Now, let me say something. Let me tell you people something, because all these days I have just been talking about this thing. But let me just. This is the reason why I keep saying that sometimes when I hear about our people, they call, moreover, the so-called the awoken. It really amazes me that our people cannot see things through the eyes of the nature. Who are you? You are dust. We all are dust, and we end up in dust. Whenever that you are on the ground, when you are buried, when we are buried, when somebody died, either you are born and your dust put inside the water, or maybe into the air, how they blow it, because even if they blow your dust, somebody that's born and died and they burn it like they do, like as in they do I'm here in Europe, you will still join, become back the part of the major four elements. So if you are down, now there where we get all together, we all become sound. We all are equal. But as long as that we are still in this space that we call earth, your body is still that you are still conscious, which means you are alive. As I'm talking now, there is a space. That is where you can say there is a space. Give me a space. Why can't some people respect this space? That is what we are talking about. Give everybody his or her own space, so that from this space now they can now be able to evolve and grow, and grow, so that by the time and become, by the time the people pass through, because all this body is nothing but made up of information and memory. Let them gather beautiful memory, wonderful memory, great information. Now, can you tell me that this Attorney General of Nigeria, that this man will die, all these people will die, knowing that the information that is in them is nothing but lie, deception, hatredness, malice. Now they are charging MAZI NNAMDI KANU. Now let's get back. They are charging MAZI NNAMDI KANU. Okay, let's get back. He instigate, he hijack, all the whole things MAZI have been saying. It is just compliment. He is just reminding them. He's just throwing back from what they themselves, what they Buhari and El-Rufai. Buhari, you are the one that said that if what happens again, if what happens in 2011 happens again, that the blood of baboons and monkeys should be so. Buhari, you are the one. El-Rufai, nobody charges you. Why are these Fulanis are so wicked? Why are they even trying to overthrow Satan? Satan now is even in the court, begging, saying, these people, they want to now overthrow my wickedness kingdom. They are now more wicked than me. They are trying to take my title. I am the father of all wicked. That is what Satan is saying. But these people, they are fighting. They are committed into making sure that they overthrow Buhari. You want to overthrow Satan. You want to overthrow wickedness. You want to overthrow heartlessness. You want to overthrow, oh, Buhari, APC government. Why? Why? But we have a good news for you people. No skin pain. Our eyes see no face to fear again. Enough is enough. When I see this eye, you no see face to fear again. Enough is enough. Now we and honor. This generation, we don't come out. It is only Biafra. It is only Biafra or Biafra. Now Biafra is Biafra, Biafra. All we want is Biafra. No more going back. Everybody, what we want is Biafra. No more going back. If you no agree, we go agree for before we not even ask you whether you agree. We not even ask you. We nobody is even waiting whether you agree or whether you accept or whether you follow. All of now we don't agree for everybody join put, including the people where they claim say they be sabo. Now nonsense, bunkum. Now they do that place. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Nobody. All of us we did for the same boat. And again, when I hear them, so the Directorate of State don't make them. Anybody, if you want to raise money for the ESN for anything, then you should go to your rep. People should submit their support. It's just like the same thing that we discussed on the Middle African Diaspora Television yesterday. Our leader MAZI NNAMDI cannot have create awareness. There is no more anybody that will say, I'm trying to reach out people. Come, let's create awareness. Awareness have been created. Every department now, awareness have been created. If you are calling a musical concert, come and join. If you are calling fundraising, join. If you call anything that you can do now, we need now all this awareness now. We need now to be harnessing it now and be do what? And be raising support, raising finance now for us now to push. This is what we need now. This is the level that we are. And that is what BMI platform, Biafra music industry, that is what we have been preparing ourselves for the time like this. This is what we have been preparing. So when we are telling you people, go to YouTube, go to Biafra music industry, YouTube, and subscribe and support us. If you're a Biafra musician, look at in our radio now, Biafra music, you see the songs. The songs are not inspiring people. In every radio, is it not the song? They are playing Biafra musician songs. Some people will come to ask us, what have you done in this trial? You see, some of us were in this platform. I can remember some people have an album, release songs that are running now in 2014, in 2015, in 2016. I was also among the people that released an album since I started working on the album on 2015 and finished 2016. I have a songs from 2014. Preparing for the time like this. I can remember vividly. I can remember, it's one of the days, the day that we meet when we went to demonstration in Belgium. In that demonstration, the mother of our the parents, may their soul rest in peace, was also in that demonstration. And that was when I raised when we raised the issue. Because a time like this, I was shown the spirit of my ancestors, the spirit of Chukwuka, the spirit of Amadioha. You understand me? And my ancestors revealed to me, said, there will be a time that we will no longer need desensitization, this to mobilize it, to create awareness, that every awareness will be created already. That what we will need after then, what we will need now, all those awareness that we have created is now how to be harnessing it, and through that place, and be now bringing resources whereby it's like na pass process before you lapota agabia gbuo ya abia hapụ ya abia yochasia ya pechasịa ya etinye na mmiri asacha ya eshie ya na mmiri ọkụ or etinye na mmiri ọkụ then abia soya, asochanya. Those are the process like creating awareness. Then abia sochanya, abia tinkwe na mini, abia foya, foshichanya, then ugura ha potasicha, ugura ha abia potasicha, then abia yochekwa do ugura, yocha de ugura, afo ayotachanya, fochanya uti ugura ha potacha, then abia yochechi ugura now, werezie ya, tinye ya n'ọkụ. Then nesizi ya n'ọkụ, then ugura na-emetizi, then the main oil. It's a process. That is what we. And one thing that about the music, even in the Bible, when they were going to when the children of Israelite were going to war, he said, let the musicians stand in the front. The day ESN was unveiled, the first of all, there was national anthem. Any place that we are starting broadcasting, we are starting with our national anthem. Music, that is for us to know that musicians are also army. Anybody who understands the music, in the music, it is called Re. If you read the Papyrus of Anne, Re is the Ra is the music, is the soul of the soul. Music is the soul of the soul. Your heart. Why? Because it's sound. We are talking of sound now. Vibration is sound. Your heart, if you put your hand in your chest now, you see that it's making a sound. When there is no more sound, then which means that that thing is now is. So right now, my people, this is the time. And if you are a as a musician, as a Biafran musician, this is a get ready. The own time. This is our own time. We must get ready. This is our own time. This is the time for us to go around the world. This is the time for us to tour around the world. This is the time for us to lead. This is the time. This is the time. This is the time. This is the time. That is what I'm saying. And it has been confirmed through the message. And we will be I will do everything. These things that I'm discussing now will even go to the Directorate of State. Then they should put mouth on it. This is the time that we need to harness, to call all our musicians, to bring them together, and then let's go. This is the time that we need the musicians to roll. And this is the time they should play the role. You know, I know that it's because of this COVID. If not, we could have, by this time now, we could have been on a journey already. So my people, this thing is very, very important. From me, from here, Smile Amuzie, say my people, stay good. Keep keeping on. Don't give up. Biafra is there. This our generation. We must get Biafra. Very soon we will celebrate. We will raise the Biafra flag. Very soon, all these things and all these things, including the Fulanis, including even the government, the day that we will, including all these people, everything that our leader MAZI NNAMDI KANU said, immediately Buhari come and say, this is the man that the confirmation that we will get Biafra. So my people, from me, from here, Smile Amuzie Ababa Tupac, say keeping on, keep strong, keep strong. No born of a woman. Now let me read some comment from my people. Woman can make us not to get to our promised land. Thank you all, thank you all, thank you all. And don't forget to release our leader MAZI NNAMDI KANU unconditionally, and also fix a date for the Biafrans to decide, a referendum for Biafrans to decide our fate. And if you are doing anything in Biafra land, you must take permission from the owners of the land. You must take permission from the owners of the land. That's what we need now. And for the politicians, no more election in Biafra land. for the politicians. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter anywhere. All of us have seen in the video that the Nigerian DSS and the Nigerian government have no regard to our elders, they have no regard to our elites, they have no regard to our chiefs, they have no regard to our traditional cultural custodian. So they dehumanize our culture. They represent, when they dehumanize an estate man, elite man, means that they dehumanize, they have no regard, they have no respect for our culture, they have no respect for our spirituality, and they have no respect for our cultivated way of life, our educational system. So why should you do so? These people indirectly telling you that yes, the system that that you have accepted, that you are dominated, you are dominated and a conquered person. They just even want to treat, to dehumanize you, that to the extent that you even self begin to appreciate them, to thank them, to say yes, yes, yes. Indeed, you people self are even giving me, are even doing me favor. Which kind of wicked, which kind of mindset, who created this kind of people? How can we be together with the people that they are ready to terrorize you until you even begin to thank them? That if you mistakenly see a token, you even begin to appreciate them. So which means these people, they are trying to tell you that dust, that they value dust than you as a human being. You don't need to let, we are not going to let this thing to happen. From me, from here, my people, I say what? Stay good.